So, guys, if you guys thought that AOC and the squad could not get any more stupider, at just, I think, one day or a couple hours after that whole Darrell Brooks massacre, where he took his SUV and then rammed it into like 50 people, killing 6, injuring like 20. If you think that AOC could not get any more stupider than what she's been saying for the past couple of years, you'd be dead wrong, because she just took stupidest quotes from her and then just tripled it by 2. What I'm talking about is that apparently you have 2 or 3 members of the squad talking about there needs to be bail reform to let people like Darrell Brooks, basically career criminals, whose main crimes was murder, rape, basically the same kind of things that Darrell Brooks did just a couple of days ago. So AOC has came out. AOC and other House Dems have been pressing New York City prosecutors on excessive bail for prisoners. Let me go ahead and read y'all this article real quick. Democrats on the House Oversight Committee are demanding more answers from New York City's district attorney, suggesting that excessive bail and other factors are keeping prisoners in jail longer than necessary. Quote, "We have grave concerns that excessive bail amounts are leading to unnecessary pretrial detention and contributing to a humanitarian crisis in New York City jail system, particularly on Rikers Island." Okay, first of all, last time I checked, Rikers Island in New York City is one of the most dangerous criminals in New York City. I may be wrong here, but for what I know, Rikers Island has a lot of the most dangerous criminals. Says Representatives Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Jamie Raskin, and Caroline Maloney. I'm pretty sure all 3 of those guys are in the squad. In Monday's letter, the members requested briefings from the DAs of the Bronx, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Richmond County, and Queens. They also requested new bail hearings for and consent to the release of all detainees who are charged with misdemeanors or non-violent felonies, as well as those who face significant health risks due to coronavirus. Okay, first of all, this letter warned that if these conditions are not addressed, federal intervention may be necessary to protect detainees from additional harms. House Democrats pointed to New York Times reporting that more than 3/4 of the nearly 6,000 people in custody at Rikers Island had yet to be tried. Okay, so what point are you trying to make here? High bail amounts, the member said, led to a 2/3 system of justice, with those who can afford bail being able to escape the inhumane conditions at pretrial detention facilities, such as Rikers Island, while those who cannot afford bail are forced to remain. That's the point of having money, though. Overall crime rose by almost 3% in September 2021 compared to September 2020. That's your fault. That's your fault. You are in charge of New York City, AOC. That's your fault. The city saw an 11.2 increase of overall index crime in October 21 when compared to the same month last year. Murders and shooting incidents decreased slightly, while the total number of gun arrests increased 13.9. Okay, so she's basically pushing this freaking bail reform thing, because after the whole Darrell Brooks case, she thinks like there's too many people in jail for crimes, for non-violent crimes, but that's not what some of us are seeing here. Here, let me go ahead and show y'all this Fox News clip real quick. Take a look.
Members of the squad getting heat over their crusade for criminal justice reform. Critics calling them tone deaf for making a bail reform push, yet expressing no outrage after a suspect out on bail allegedly killed 5 adults and a child at a Christmas parade in Wisconsin. Former Democratic New York State Assemblyman Dov Hikind joins me now to discuss. And Dov, the timing here is unbelievable. A day after this Waukesha attack, AOC makes this massive push for bail reform. And this is important because progressives do have an outsized influence over the Democratic Party. So if she gets her way, what happens to the country?
It's beyond belief what's going on. These elected officials should be arrested for negligence. They are responsible for caring more about the criminals than they care about the civilians, than they care about you and me and everyone else. People being arrested again and again, back into the streets. What does that do to law enforcement? What does that do to the rest of us? They are pathetic. It is shameful. It is disgusting what is going on. People committing crimes again and again, 50 pages of records of crimes committed before the individual in Wisconsin is finally, $5 million bail. Those people who were murdered by this individual, who's responsible? The DA should be arrested. That person should be arrested for what happened over here.
And not only that, guys, you have some other news article about Representative Tlaib that says apparently she wants to close all federal jails. And my question is are these people tone deaf? Are they great? Are they mentally retarded? Now, I know some people are stupid, but AOC and Rashida Tlaib, I'm pretty sure that's a nameless. I don't follow the squad. I believe they're all freaking idiots. Do they not hear themselves? Yeah, Rashida Tlaib, do they not hear themselves when they say stupid stuff like this? They want to close all the jails, let these criminals back on the street. Are they out their damn minds? Okay, let me go ahead and reach out this article, this article from the Daily Mail. Two members of the Democrat Party squad are touting their views in favor of abolishing federal prisons and squashing excessive bail just a day after a convicted felon who was out on bail mowed down scores of people with his SUV in suburban Milwaukee, killing 5. House Rep Alexander Ocasio-Cortez provoked rage on social media on Monday for demanding answers on excessive bail that is imposed by prosecutors in New York City on Monday. First of all, the fact that this guy who is a career murderer, his bail was only set at $1,000. Anybody can pay that off. That's rent money. Anybody can pay that. The fact that she was okay for this guy being out on the streets and then mowing down more people, and she says, yeah, that bond was too expensive. For her to come out and say and like point stuff like this out, it just goes to show how brain dead these people are. Meanwhile, fellow squad member Rashida Tlaib, the Democrat from Michigan, had trouble explaining her support for a law that would empty federal prisoners within a period of 10 years. The comments prompt harsh criticism on Twitter, where people accuse the progressive lawmakers of being tone deaf to air their views, while the community of Waukesha grieves the loss of life from Sunday's tragedy. Darrell Brooks Jr., the alleged SUV driver who plowed into a Christmas parade in Waukesha, killing at least 5 people and injuring 48, was out on $1,000 bail at the time of the tragedy. Brooks has been charged with crimes 16 times since 1999 and had 2 outstanding cases against him at the time of the parade disaster, including one in which he was accused of deliberately running down a woman with his vehicle. Brooks has 2 open criminal cases in Milwaukee County. In one case filed November 5th, he is charged with resisting or obstructing an officer, reckless endangering, disorderly conduct, bail jumping, and battery. So, guys, what they want guys like this out on the street. They want guys like this out on the street. You believe for real? Does anybody actually believe these freaking squad members now? Because these people are just grade A tone deaf. The fact that they would want people like this out on the street. I mean, come on. You guys say some bails are too expensive? Maybe for the poor, but we have career criminals like Darrell Brooks out on the streets, and this dude beat, killed, and apparently I think somebody did apparently the freaking squad wants to get this guy out of prison, even though he has a rep sheet back from 1999 committing crimes, violent crimes. They want this guy out. along with other people, and then the whole Rashida Tlaib wants to create a bill that would release, that would kill federal prisons, and then release all those mass murderers, rapists, drug dealers back on the street of New York City. Hey, that's New York City, man. That's New York City. Y'all want to vote for that? Go ahead. Stay the hell away from Georgia. Stay the hell away from Georgia, man. For real. We don't need that kind of stupidity, especially when you have individuals like Terrell Brooks out on the street. We don't need that. We do not need that at all. It just goes to show how tone deaf and brain dead these progressive individuals are, especially the ones in power. They say they care about the minority community, but they only care about them if they're criminals. They don't care about them if they're trying to life down the right path. They don't care about those black folks. They only care about the black folks in prison, and not the innocent ones either. It's both the career criminal ones, and it's also and not so much on the innocent ones. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. You guys may see it differently, but guys, AOC, Rashida Tlaib, the whole squad, they're all freaking brain dead. They're all stupid. Nobody should take these people seriously. Guys, I'm just one opinion here. If you guys like what I'm saying, like, comment, subscribe, share this video. I will see you on the next one. Peace.